Sup dudes, it's the Modern Bladesman with my review of the Smith & Wesson Special Ops M9 Bayonet. Based off of the M9 bayonet used by the US military, this is a single-edged fixed blade knife that you can use for self-defense or in a survival situation. Now, the way I'm going to conduct this review, I'm going to compare this thing to other knives, not as an M9 bayonet. So any flaws I see in an M9 bayonet, I'm going to say to this as well. So let's get on with this. First things first, here's the sheath. It's got a whole bunch of stuff on it. Belt clip right here works pretty well. You know, pretty basic belt clip, but you know, it does its thing. You can also remove the knife super quick. Got a small pouch here so you can, you know, hold a small amount of items. Detachable, like everything on this thing. Sharpening stone right there. Of course, wire cutters you can use with this knife here. So that's pretty cool. And from what I've heard, they fixed the part right here so it doesn't go loose anymore. So I've cut some stuff with it. It works quite. It works quite well. So you know, nothing to complain there. For blade retention, pretty good. No problems there. Holds it super snug. Of course, you can also put these snaps here. Make it almost impossible for it to come out on accident. That's pretty damn cool. Got a drain hole, so it doesn't really hold much water, so you won't be rusting your knife. This is 420, so it's not going to rust anyway. But you know, it's nice that they thought about that anyway. You never know. But yeah, as a sheath, it's pretty good. It's good weight. It holds the blade. It's got some extra qualities to it that make this pretty cool for you. And in a way, it's ambidextrous, not completely, but you can just, you know, switch it over and put it in that way. You can't say that for all knives, so that's pretty cool. Now let's move on to the blade here. For this handle, it's completely cylindrical, which ain't that cool. So your edge alignment is going to be all out of whack because, you know, you don't really have a feeling of blade control. But because of how grippy it is, probably won't be an issue. But you know, just saying, cylindrical handles aren't really the greatest type of handles. Oh, excuse me. Got a bayonet here. Well, you can put the muzzle of a firearm right there. You can put this on the bayonet lug of it, like an M16 or AR-15. Super easy. It's got some bottle cap openers apparently. Didn't know that. Someone told me that. And all in all, it's pretty okay. The guard here, and like the flared part of this handle here makes it so your hand doesn't slip out or anything. But there's also some issues like it's super grippy, as in sharp. So it's not going to feel great when you're swinging stuff. When I was hitting wood, kind of dug into my finger and stuff like that. If you're wearing gloves, it's fine. But if not, it's not going to feel great, especially when you're stabbing to stuff. Whew, expect some serious shock. But it also got loose over time, but that's easily remedied. You just got to freaking tighten that lug down there. The hex bit, or not hex bit, or is it hex bit? Not sure, but use that tool. Use the appropriate tool. You can tighten this up. Now for the blade, as you can see here, it's pretty damn thick. It's got a saw back, so I guess you can like make some kindling, you know, whacking stuff off. It's not going to be great for actual sawing, honestly. I would have preferred like the other Smith & Wesson M9 bayonet, which has the saw on the back, not the, I don't know like what kind of saw that is, but it's not really to, you know, cut logs and stuff like that. The edge out of the box isn't too great, but it's a softer steel, 420J2, so it's not going to be an issue sharpening it at all. It took me like 10 minutes. The main problem is the fact that the grind for the blade doesn't start until about 60% of the way down. So the angle ends up being pretty obtuse, not super sharp, so it's not going to cut things very well. Along with the fact that it's really thick, so the angle is ridiculously obtuse. The point here, because of the blade steel, it's pretty soft and you know, easy to blunt. Mine got destroyed pretty quickly. Try to reprofile it, but then it just got messed up again. That kind of blows. But it is pretty thick, so it's not going to break or anything, but expect it to be dull really quick. Yeah, pretty much all I got to say about that. I saw a video of a dude stabbing this into some plywood, I think, and, you know, kind of pried it side to side, and the blade just broke from, you know, down like that. So be wary of that. It's not, this knife I don't think is meant for hard use. I think it's more of a novelty item personally, because I can't really see it thrusting well. It doesn't cut well. It doesn't handle well. It does nothing well, honestly. But it would look cool on like my M16s or AR-15s, you know, so that's pretty okay. But if you want like a survival knife or something, right, something that you can use out there, probably want to go something for like a buck 119, like this. Pretty sharp out of the box. It's got a nice point. Use it to stab into things really well. You can also use it for pretty fine work. It's a lightweight blade, and it's really comfortable handled too. With that, like, it will hold your grip pretty well. It's got some like ergos here, some choils and stuff like that. Really light, not gonna do much, but it's better than nothing, and it's comfortable. Stabbing the stuff is not gonna slide up. You're whacking the stuff is not gonna come out, because honestly, this knife is pretty light, so it ain't gonna fly at your hand or nothing like that. The sheath is pretty alright. I don't really like leather sheaths too much. I kind of prefer like a plastic sheath or something like that, but it does its job well, and it's pretty classy looking too. So that's always a bonus. If you want like a self-defense blade though, I would go for, there's a lot of knives I would go for, but you want something to easily carry, you could always get something like a Cold Steel Voyager here, XL. It's a good size. Overall length is almost as big as this Smith & Wesson here. Super sharp out of the box. It's got that cold steel American Tano shape. Don't really like it. I think it's ugly, but it does its job, and it cuts super damn good. Thrusts well too. This lockup is perfect. You know, I don't think this is gonna break. It uses that cold steel triad lock, which I hear is amazing. It's not gonna fold on you or nothing like that, so that's pretty cool. And it's easy to carry because of the pocket clip. So, I mean, why would you buy this when you've got so many other options? This thing is like 80 bucks, man. This thing is 60, and this baby, you can get it to 40 to $50 depending on when you get it or where you live. So like I said before, the Smith & Wesson, I don't think it's for survival or for a self-defense purpose, or made for that. It's more of a novelty item. You want like a M9 bayonet, then this will do the job pretty well. I mean, in a survival, or not survival, self-defense situation, or offensive situation, you know, you put this on an M16 or whatever, you're not going to use it too often. You're probably going to use the bullets, right? You're probably going to just, you know, fire at the dude that's trying to kill you. But if you ever get into a situation where you get into close combat, you know, bayonet might not always be the best option. You might just want a knife at, you know, your waist or something like that. Pull it out and kill the guy. You might not want it on your M16, because what if they take it away from you? You know, it's kind of a longer weapon. Kind of point it out, turn a corner, someone takes the gun, or, you know, puts their hand across so you can't get the gun into their, pointed into them. So you want a knife, you know, right on your belt or something like that. Take it out and stab them. But if it's attached to your M16, you know, you can't do that. So I don't think like anyone's going to use this for a self-defense situation, because you're not going to carry like an M16 at a freaking work or whatever like that. And I mean, if you're overseas or something like that, I can't really see you using this for your job or anything like that. It's not going to serve you too well. I do like the softness of the steel. When it comes to softness and hardness of steels, when you know, you're far away for a long time, it really depends on the person and what you're using it for. Personally, for me, you should have one knife for self-defense, which is, you know, a hard steel, one that you don't need to sharpen a lot, and then one that you use a lot, which is super soft. I think that's what you should do. But, you know, I'm getting kind of rambly on this, don't want to go into much detail. But yeah, that's my 2 cents about this knife. Take it as you will. If you like the look of it, buy it. If not, then don't, okay? If you guys want me to review any other blades, just put it down in the comments below. Hope all y'all have a great day. See you later.